Welcome to our Beginners Academy Zoom. Tonight, we're going to have a talk about the upcoming RaDAR rally. It's the spring 2024. We have them twice each year. And we'll run through some slides here. Let's see. All right. Well, if you've never heard of RaDAR, I hope this slide will help you out. You can see here it's an outdoor scene. RaDAR is about getting out of the shack and into the great outdoors. And it's a ham radio activity. And the idea is to set up in the field, make 5 QSOs as quickly as you can, and then tear down and move a specified distance. So we've got our stops on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the idea is to make as many stops as you can, making 5 QSOs before you go to the next one within 4 hours. So it kind of puts you on the spot to get contacts as effective as you can. And when moving between stops, you can use various conveyances, so to speak. If you go by foot, the distance is 1 kilometer. If you go by bike, it's 2 kilometers, and by vehicle, it's 6 kilometers. So the next RaDAR rally is the first Saturday of April, which is April 6th. And if you're interested, it's time to make your plans and maybe do a trial deployment. And this activity, we have a set of rules for it that's on our website at www.radarrally.info. And you can use any band and mode except for terrestrial repeaters. You can do satellite. And you'll be making contacts, and we have points for a radar to radar contact. It's 3 points. If you make a contact with a POTA or SOTA station, it's 2 points. And all other contacts are 1 point. So, and the score is your total number of points times the stops, plus we have some bonuses. And I shouldn't forget that the credit for this concept goes to Eddie Layton, ZS6BNE in South Africa. And this was formerly called the RaDAR Challenge. And we've just tweaked the rules a little bit, and we call it RaDAR Rally. And so I like to say, use your ham radio knowledge, portable equipment, and physical skills to challenge yourself during an unforgettable 4-hour experience. So I've been doing RaDAR for over 10 years now, so I'm still getting a big kick out of it.
Greg,
Yes.
Greg, can I ask a question? Is this Is this accessible for a handicapped person?
Well,
Or do you have
uh,
to climb mountains? I know you
uh,
don't have any.
well, you can pick your terrain if you want to be on the beach or a parking lot. So I didn't cover that you can pick your venue. It doesn't have to be a POTA or SOTA. It doesn't have to be a mountain or a park. Um, and you raise a good point, Bill. I probably need to tweak the rules because I dropped um, a, a clause in the rules about a wheelchair. So I need to add that back in. So we can really accommodate anyone. And if you're not interested in walking or riding a bike, you can do it in a vehicle. We welcome that. So did I answer your question there, Bill?
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I'm thinking, I just looked on my calendar and I don't have any medical things going on in April.
Well,
So, I
great.
hope Frank is listening. Maybe I can come toward the end of March or the beginning of April and participate in this. I'll bring my little G90 radio and maybe I don't know what band is best to use, but I've got all the Hustler, is it Hustler? Yeah, all of the
Yeah.
Hustler foils.
Well,
I don't know which one to bring.
I'd bring 20 meters for sure.
Okay,
That's always a hot band.
okay, good.
Um,
Thank you.
all right. Well, in November, we had a radar rally, and I'm just highlighting some participants. We had Scott, W7DIA, at the Lynn Haven, Florida Haven Bayou Reserve Park. It was a new park, and he got out there. And Chris, VA3 ECO, he did radar up at Lake of the Woods. He has a cottage on an island, but he got out on the frozen lake, and uh, uh, no, I'm sorry, he was in a canoe. So scratch all that frozen lake. He has done it from a frozen lake, but the lake wasn't frozen. Bob KK4DIV was at the Pine Log State Forest in Northwest Florida. Um, and myself, I was at St. Andrews State Park, one of my favorite places to operate. We had Lima Bravo 4 Foxtrot Hotel. He is in Norway, and he went between two POTA sites. WE4BY is actually in California, and he operated on the state beach there. And going down the list, Lucy was in England. Pat was a spotter in Arkansas. We welcome spotters or chasers. And Eddie, the creator of the radar concept, was operating in South Africa. So I call him Frank, but this was our Norwegian here, and he did a awesome radar outing, and he made a prize winning video. So he's very talented, and I heard from him recently, and he's planning to do the next upcoming radar. This is Ken, who's with us on Zoom. He decided to use local parks and his van And so we were glad to have Ken participate. And I believe he used digital modes also. This is my buddy Bob, KK4DIV, who was in that Pine Log State Forest. He was operating QRP. He made a number of stops. I think at least 4 stops. This was Lucy. I never did get the final story, but it was so windy. She was operating near the shore, but it was so windy, I don't think, at least on Saturday, that she could operate. We'll probably hear from her and get the full story. So this is Chris on Lake of the Woods, and he was in a canoe, and he had his vertical antenna deployed on his canoe. And he had a great outing. I worked Chris from Florida. This was Pat N5 VMO's rig. I worked him from Florida also. And for the outing in November, I was at the state park, and I wanted to operate from the saltwater shore, and I got my wish. And I used the Alex loop for HF, and I had a little Chinese transceiver that worked out very well. And this is where Eddie was in South Africa. This was his grid square. And I didn't get a detail report, but he has made some trails near his home, and they end up by the riverbed there. And at times, I guess there is a river and lots of wildlife there. Whoops. Okay. Well, our we have a website. It's radarrally.info, and I'll see if I can click on the website here. So this is where we have the rules, the Radar Rally rules. The text here is on a page here. So that's available to everybody. And then, so we post what's happening, like the as registrations open for the spring Radar Rally. And it's helpful to register so we know everybody that's participating, or as many as we can know. And that way, that gives us a hint about who we can make radar to radar contacts with. And I'll put the people who register on the roster. And right now it's just me, but we have request some information for our roster. And if you're new to radar, this website, it has videos I think you would be interested in. This was an interview that Eddie did with Red Summit. It was a podcast. It's also on YouTube. We've got that awesome video that LB4 FH did. And of course, we got some pictures. Bob KK4DIV did a very nice video of his trek around Pine Log State Park. And there's a short video from Lucy. So as you can see, RaDAR, it's an international thing, but a lot of my friends do it. And so most of us around Northwest Florida. And I did a video. So if you're interested, you can go watch those. I did an interview with the European Ham Radio Show. That's there. And all right. All right. Also, we have a groups.io. And it's Rapid Deployment Amateur Radio, RaDAR. RaDAR at groups.io. So most of us are on various groups. And yes, there is one for RaDAR. We have about 115 members, and it's a great place to let us know your plans and ask questions. And we've had some new folks join the group recently. And Eddie in South Africa is, he's a great ham, but he's also a technical whiz. He had a career in IT and computers and databases, and he has a logging system that's very popular in South Africa. But we encourage its use for RaDAR, and the thing about it, if you did a radar to radar contact, and both people put their contacts in, it will have a yes in the QSL column. And so we give some bonus points if you use the cool system here. And you could use it as you do radar, or you could upload your contacts after the event. Either way. So here's a little checklist about the radar rally. The next radar rally is Saturday, April 6th, and we use the 24-hour day for UTC. And we've mentioned the 4 hours, so pick a 4-hour operating window. It's completely up to you. And if Saturday is a scratch because of weather, you can let us know and operate the next day, which would be Sunday. I've mentioned the rules. You can read those at on the website. And so make your plan. For a lot of people, it's kind of like making your plan for field day. Well, make your plan for radar, and consider what equipment you want to use. You may want to optimize it to be able to set up quickly, or you may carry it in a backpack. You may pull it in a cart, or a cart behind a bike. I've done it all kinds of ways, and you'll find a creative way. And if you want to use that cool logger, email Eddie ZS6BNE. He'll just give you a little key or password for it. And talk up the rally with your club and your ham friends. And part of it for me is it's social engineering. It's inviting people. It's inviting people to participate, and also inviting them to chase you on the air, which will help you get those 5 contacts and move. So as we get closer, you can review the roster to see who else is going to be out there. Double check your pack up and have a fun and safe RaDAR rally. I'm going to have a Zoom, and I'm inviting the folks on the groups.io, and we should have a international showing. So it's a Zoom kind of like tonight, but I'm doing it at a time where Eddie and the people from Europe can get on. So it'll be about 6 p.m. UTC and noon here. And this is this coming Sunday, February 25th. And so I've sent out the link, and everyone tonight's welcome to join in if you like. So I promise to keep it short and sweet. So this is it. You know, we have the links to all the information, and we hope to have a even larger turnout for April. Hopefully the weather's beautiful. And if you're doing parks on the air, which so many people are, and you want a little more challenge to operating at parks, it's a great combination because parks on the air, you automatically have people that want to work you. So that will help you get the 5 contacts. So I'll pause and see if there are more questions from our group here on Zoom, or any comments. All right. Well, not hearing any. So I encourage you to, if you want a challenge, to check it out. And I like to do it every time and try different techniques and see if I can make more stops and have a great time. So 73s.
Hey, Greg, I just sent you my registration.
All right.
Well,
glad to pick up another one, Jim.
Since you got St. Andrews, I'll take Camp Helen. I'll take Camp Helen.
Okay. Yeah, I've thought about operating there. That's
there's enough coastline there. I can get a kilometer's distance back and forth.
There is, yeah. All right. Well, awesome. I was hoping you would join us. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we have a nice day.